Before we get started, of course, we want to thank today's sponsor, which we do have our guest coming on momentarily, which is Nexar. So one of the things is it's clear why rideshare drivers like us need dash camera, but that is what a good dash camera for rideshare but what is a good dash cam for rideshare drivers? Well, you got your basic dash cams that record right to a memory card. That's really about it. Then you got a dash camera that's actually built for rideshare drivers like you. Welcome, Nexar. Here's what makes it different. Nexar offers both road-facing and cabin-facing cameras to capture everything that matters. It connects directly to an unlimited cloud through LTE, so every incident automatically uploaded and stored securely with no fiddling, no cables, no memory cards. Plus, whenever you need to save important footage, all you got to do is just clip it and store it in the cloud forever. Perfect for those times when passengers file complaints weeks or even months after a ride. I think we all can speak about that. All of a sudden you wake up, poof, there's a false report going on. What's going on? You look, the date's 4 months ago. What's going on? So that's a real great thing. Then Nexar is consistently evolving with new AI features and updates that help protect rideshare drivers. They actually get what we need because they work directly with drivers like us. Right now, Nexar has a special offer for the Rideshare Guy listeners and viewers, just like you guys. Head over to getnexar.com and enter the code RSGNEXAR, RSG Nexar, and save $10 on your next Nexar dash camera. That's getnexar.com. Remember, code RSGNEXAR. A link is going to be in the description as well as the code, so you can save that. So if you're a rideshare driver, you probably know you need a dash camera, but don't just get any dash cam. Get the dash cam that's actually made for rideshare drivers. And with that said,
the day of the accident, I was in the right lane. When the light changed, the driver to my left decided to make a right turn and crashed into the side of my car. Once the impact took place, the Nexar dash cam automatically saved a clip. There was irrefutable proof that I was not at fault. My name is Walter Hurdle. I live in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York, and I'm an Uber driver and Lyft driver. Because I had the Nexar dash cam, I was able to prove that the other vehicle was 100% at fault, and I was able to get full reimbursement from the insurance company for my repairs. I would recommend any Uber or Lyft driver to get a Nexar dash cam. It makes me feel safer and secure in my vehicle, as there are times when passengers are having a bad day, they're disgruntled. The Nexar dash cam has the ability to record inside and outside the vehicle. One of the beauties is that if there's an incident, it automatically saves the footage to the phone and to the cloud without you manually having to save the footage. The Nexar dash cam is definitely a means by which we can protect ourselves, because a picture says 1,000 words, a video actually says 1,000,000.
All right. And let's bring Zach Greenberger on right now of Nexar. Zach, how you doing?
I'm good, Chris. How are you?
Hey, Zach, how are you?
Hey, Sergio. Good to see you guys.
Welcome to Show Me the Money. We're going to show them the money today, I guarantee you guys. But, I'm actually going to steal what the driver in the promo video said. Picture is worth 1,000 words. Video is worth 1,000,000 words. I never thought about that. I'm definitely going to steal that one now. But welcome to Show Me the Money. We are thrilled to have you here because, on this sponsorship, our goals are completely aligned. We say it all the time on Show Me the Money. Dash cam is a must. If you drive 10 hours, 50 hours, 80 hours, whatever it is you are driving, delivering, it is a must. But we're going to talk all about that. Please introduce yourself and Nexar.
Great. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Super excited to be here. My name is Zach Greenberger. I'm the CEO of Nexar. I've been the CEO of Nexar for about 6 months. I've spent a bunch of time in the rideshare industry, so I feel deeply connected to a bunch of the driver pain points that exist in the market today, and particularly a few that we're really well positioned to help solve. So always been a passion of mine and excited to be here today.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about those pain points. I mean, we are in touch with, on our YouTube channel, at least over 200,000 subscribers. On our newsletter site, another 100,000. So our community is far and wide. I mean, we go as far as New Zealand and Europe and Canada and whatever not. And, we do our surveys. I personally talk to thousands of drivers. And there's 3 pain points, right? Obviously, one is earnings, always has been earnings. And second one is safety. And third, they just kind of switch places once in a while, is unjust deactivations. Because as you know, any passenger can complain about any driver for whatever reason, and the rideshare companies will shoot first, ask questions later. I do understand why they do that, but then we're looking at loss of income. We're looking at all kinds of situations. So that's why I think dash cam is necessary. But I want you to tell us why Nexar hits all those three pain points.
Sure. So let me start to your point on what we know. What we know is that over 40% of drivers at one point or another will face a deactivation on the platform. And studies have shown that without the video evidence, it could take anywhere between 14 and 45 days to get reinstated on the platform, which essentially means that you need to have a safety tool to protect your earnings and make sure that there is no sort of downtime that you face when engaging with the app. Now, to your point, Sergio, Lyft and Uber don't want to deactivate anyone. So the point is, how do you equip yourself with the right technology that could easily help solve any issue that might arise? And one of the things we've always focused on as Nexar is how do we create a safety companion that gives you a combination of physical and psychological safety. On the physical side, it's monitoring what's happening in the cabin. It's helping you understand the data. And then on the psychological side, it's a protection methodology against, any event where you may be deactivated. You can easily access the footage, deliver it to the platform where you're facing the deactivation. And we've also seen that you usually see resolution to any issue around 2.5 to 3 times faster than you would if you didn't have a camera at all. So I think those start speaking to a lot of the reasons why we've seen such great adoption. But I think there's way more education to be had, because I think, to your point, when you focus on the second and third areas of pain points, it actually helps create like a way more, well-rounded protection method, in addition to worrying about hourly earnings, which I know is always the number one thing that we're focused on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drive as much as I used to, but I still drive. I get my hands dirty, and I wouldn't think of doing it without a dash cam, period. I mean, I drive 10, 20 hours a week. Okay, if you drive 50 hours a week, you must have it. This is not about a full-time or a part-time driver situation, right? And you could be in period one, you could be waiting for a trip, and something can happen to you. And then we know the coverage is not that great from the rideshare companies, but you have proof right then and there. The sad thing is, so I get literally 1,500 emails a week from all over the place, and unfortunately, maybe 30 of them or so are about deactivations, because these drivers have been deactivated, and mostly unjustly. And they ask me, can you do something? I'm like, I have no special powers. I mean, I do know people at these companies, but I have no special powers. And the first thing out of my mouth to them would be, do you have dash cam footage? Literally 9 out of 10 say no. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the adoption is not there when it comes to dash cam? For me, it's a no-brainer, but why do you think the adoption is not there?
I think it's education. I think there's, what we faced is the whole notion of, well, there are cameras in the car, but it's not easy to access the video footage in the car, right? Or whatever's part of, standardly equipped in your vehicle. And I also think there's just a ton of options in the market, which make choosing a dash cam very confusing. So one of the reasons that I was so excited to join Nexar is because of this whole notion of the connected dash cam, right? Older dash cams that only have remote memory or only require an SD card. These are the ones that you can buy for super cheap on Amazon. And again, having something is better than having nothing, but you do sacrifice a lot of functionality. With a camera that's not connected, you're only 25% likely to actually find the footage of the issue that you might be facing with, the platform. And when you have a connected camera or a Nexar camera, we offer, an AI-powered dash cam that is directly connected to the app, enables you to have easy access to all your video data. We provide remote video streaming, unlimited cloud storage, real-time emergency alerts, and a parking mode that captures video if someone gets close to your vehicle or tries to vandalize it. So the way we look at it is that it's actually like quite a reasonably priced insurance policy to make sure that you can stay on the platform always and keep earning to the level of your expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing with me is when I do ask this and I hear no, I do understand it's a cost of doing business. I mean, we're running a small business here, right? And it's, number one, is tax deductible. Okay. Number two, those older dash cams, or some of the cheap ones, let's say, right, they don't work when you actually really, really need it. Then I go like, okay, where's the footage? I go, oh, I forgot to do this. I forgot to do that. With this one, there's no problem. It uploads to the cloud. And to me, the dash cam is also a deterrent for the rider, right? If somebody has, nefarious ideas, they're getting in your car. I mean, it happens. Look, millions of trips are happening every hour. And if somebody has a bad idea, what do you think they're going to do first, right? They're going to grab the dash cam, try to get rid of the evidence, not knowing that their face is plastered all over the cloud already. So let's talk about a little bit more about that component of Nexar. How difficult it is to install, and how, all these things that drivers would like to know before they do a purchase.
Yeah. So what I love about Nexar is over the past 10 years is how long the company's been around. They've seen a really incredible evolution from sort of your, local dash cam that has an SD card all the way to the evolution of the connected camera that continues to, introduce new features and functionality that provides real value to drivers. Our goal, and what we talk about internally, is we want to more or less be your safety companion, right? And part of that comes with, one, having an affordable price that allows you to get this camera in a way where you can use it. And to your point, Sergio, it is tax deductible. And the second is super easy installation. So, I wouldn't consider myself necessarily technically savvy, but even I could install a Nexar connected camera in under 10 minutes. And that's one of the things that we do pretty rigorous testing on as we launch new models. So I would say that, alongside the easy installation, it all becomes about how easy is it to access the footage that's actually being captured. And the more easy that we can make that, the easier it is to protect yourself if you're ever facing an incident, whether it's outside the vehicle, inside the vehicle, or with the platform.
Yeah. Did we talk about Nexar's, a couple of additional points where obviously we saw it in the promo video that when you do get in a crash, it detects it automatically, sends some messages and keeps the video. But there is like when you're parked, I guess there is some sort of thing that happens. So let's talk a little bit about those things.
Yeah, so we do have a parking mode that captures video if someone gets close or tries to vandalize the vehicle. And to your point, we also send immediate push notifications. So there's a few reasons we do this. One is to give you overall, this psychological safety that I keep referencing because of its importance and the technology. We have the capability to do it through the camera. So sending you the push notification gives you sort of the comfort level that immediately if there's someone around or there's going to be an issue. The other thing I would say is we found this offering to be increasingly popular for parents. So parents equipping their child who just got a vehicle, they're learning how to drive. It's a very easy way to sort of manage your whole family that provides like a level of safety and comfort that you're immediately notified if a family member has an incident or something of that nature. Now, when I look forward over the course of the next 6 months, one of the things that I'm hyper focused on is how do we continue to introduce new features. So we didn't cover this, but a connected camera requires an LTE subscription. It requires cloud storage. So while there is a very affordable cost for the camera, there's also a subscription fee of $9.99 a month. And our goal with that is not only to provide you with the comfort and ease of being able to access the video, but also incremental features that continue to deliver you more value. So, a good example is in the near term, we'll be launching Sentry mode, which is sort of a play on parking mode, but gives you even more comfort that you have full 360 eyes around the vehicle whenever someone is getting near, or there might be some sort of, vandalism, theft attempt, or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, Uber's case, for example, they have introduced on the driver's own phone through the app, supposedly encrypted, you can record trips, voice or video. I don't think it holds a candle, to a dash cam footage, because most of these phones with the inward facing cameras, your phone could be 2-3 years old. It may not be as good as, dash cam. So I don't think that's a replacement. I don't think it does any good whatsoever. The other thing is, when it comes to the cost of it, a lot of people, probably don't get it because they think the cost is prohibitive. I mean, if you're a full-time driver, if you're doing 100, 150 trips a week, just figure it out that way, because I like annualizing things. I have a finance idea, mind. I'm like, if you do 150 trips a day, you're going to pay $150 for a camera. You're amortizing that thing by just $1 a trip in the first month. I mean, the first week. Just, because cost should not be the factor for people not to get a dash cam. That's what I'm thinking. And let's talk a little bit about the cost. And I mean, I obviously know what types of cameras you offer, but you have various versions of cameras, and let's specifically talk about each one, for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, happy to. So I think for this audience, I think there's two core camera offerings that should be of interest. One is for the rideshare driver or the delivery driver. If you're toggling back and forth or you're exclusively with rideshare, you want the Nexar Beam 2. It's $249, and it has external and interior facing cameras. And it provides all of the offerings that I've been sharing throughout our talk: LTE connectivity, live GPS tracking, remote live streaming, real-time parking, 2K resolution, video quality, emergency notifications, etc. So super high quality camera that also gives you, and one thing that I think is important to note is that you also have the ability to immediately send this footage or a collision report to your insurance company to the extent that there ever is an issue. So you're not only talking about protecting yourself on the platform, but also a real ease of managing any claim or discrepancy that might happen with the insurance company after there's a problem. So that's another big component that I think is important. If you are exclusively a delivery driver, we just launched a new camera called Nexar Beam 2 Mini that is currently at $129.95, which is both are running on a promo now, in addition to the Rideshare Guy code that was shared a bit earlier. But the only difference with that camera is it's a little smaller and it only faces exterior. So this is more for the driver that just generally isn't comfortable having someone in their car, and most of their work is happening on a delivery platform.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, there was a question, because I'm saving some questions with chat flying, and I'm trying to pay attention to the questions that may be relevant to this conversation. And there are some, so Chris will pick those out. But there was a question about does Nexar offer, cameras for delivery people? And you just answered that question without being asked. So I did look at the website. Obviously, everything has a promo, as we said. RSG, promo code is in the show notes. I am really looking forward to this relationship, just for the fact that I think it's a necessity. I think it's for your safety and for your peace of mind. But more importantly, look, I know a lot of people at the rideshare companies. Okay, and I pound them when they needed to, but when they do good things, I talk about good things that they do. However, in this country we have a saying, okay, innocent until proven guilty, right? In the rideshare driver world, it seems like it's completely the other way around. It's like, I have to prove my innocence to you because some person got in my car and maybe not having a good day and said I was under the influence, or I was a racist, or I was rude. So these things happen more often than the companies admit, Zach. Trust me, it does, right? So I think just to, we're not going to look, not every driver is good. Okay. There are some bad apples in the driver community, and there are some bad apples in the rider community, but riders outnumber drivers like 50-1 or whatever it is. And, you're going to eventually get kicked off the platform for one reason or another. We have a few more minutes. So we hit on all the major points, but there are some questions that, if you're comfortable answering, we'll put them up. So, I have a Nexar camera. I would like to exchange them for a new one. Is it possible?
We don't currently have an exchange program, but depending on the type of model, it may be possible. So I would ask to maybe reach out to Sergio, and we can forward that along and see if there's a way to do so.
You can do that? Okay. Well, he just answered that one with the Nexar Mini.
Not a specific body cam.
Yeah, well, but we had a couple more. Okay, that's a good question. Well, I guess that happens with every camera. What happens to the video if you're in a dead zone for cellular?
Oh, it's a great question. So actually what happens to the video if you're in a dead cell is it's stored remotely on the camera. And then once you come out of that dead zone, it will upload. So we've really tried to cover any issue that might arise when you're a Nexar Connect holder. It will either upload instantaneously to the extent there's an issue, or as soon as you get home on a Wi-Fi network, or right when you get out of the dead zone.
Man, questions are flying, Zach. You're going to be here for a while.
So Nexar, okay, great question as well. So you have access to all of your video data. we will proactively record video to the cloud if there's an incident so you can easily pull it. But let's say you are driving and you see a beautiful rainbow. You can easily go into the Nexar app and capture that site so you can use it for whichever purposes that you would like.
Okay, next one. I'm not joking. There's like 5 more coming up. No, but this is great. You know what? Because they're engaged, like you're here. I mean, who better to answer these questions than you? So
I can answer this one. So what resolution is saved? And so, okay, so this depends on the camera. Right now, our connected cameras are 2K resolution. We do have some upcoming programs that will improve this to 4K resolution. And there is no cost associated with cloud storage. It's all included in the purchase of your camera and your subscription fee. So you can drive as many miles as you would like. We will not charge you on a per video basis.
There you go. There's a couple more, and then we'll finish it.
So Beam 2 Mini, I would say, is the most economical model. It is a connected camera right now after discount. And let's add the Rideshare Guy discount. It would be $119.95 with a $9.95 subscription.
That's like 4 people going to McDonald's, people. Seriously. I mean, these days,
now, yeah.
right? I mean, seriously, or 5 guys, whatever. Well, there you go. You got a customer right there already. So, I mean, I don't think we forgot anything, but if we did, please, you have the floor. I think it's a must. So I can say that until I'm blue in the face, but then each individual has to make their own decision, right? They're all adults. We can tell them to do something, it's up to them to do it or not, to follow it. We're not here to, we're here to inform and educate. And for me, it is the #1 tool you need to have besides gas in your car. That's about it. So, go ahead and I'll give you the floor and finish us off.
Sure. Well, I would just say thank you to everyone who tuned in. It is a must to have a dash cam, whether it's an Nexar camera or not. You will thank yourself later for any issues that might come up or the safety that you feel after having any sort of incident. I am biased towards Nexar cameras because I think we've spent a lot of time and energy on creating the right tools for this community specifically. But wouldn't hold out, would go invest in it now and just create that own feeling of real safety for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're really thrilled about this partnership, and I think, reputable company. I mean, you're hearing from the CEO. How many CEOs show up, right? So, well, actually, I think you're my 13th or 14th CEO on Show Me the Money. But we're thrilled to have you here. We're thrilled to have you as a sponsor. Obviously, there will be some questions because look, I've become Uber Lyft support pro bono for sure. So now I'm just going to add Nexar to it because I'm sure I'm going to get a whole bunch of emails, but then I'll just send them to you. So
You got it. Always.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. We'll see you around.
All right, guys. Take care. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Zach.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.